What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and live on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of the Elgin in the Chicagoland area. We're also live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, spelled TheJaimeDeeshow. And I'm also live on Instagram at It's Jaime Dee. That's ITSJAIMEDEE. Y'all, super excited to have you guys on. If you guys are paying attention, check out the background and let me know what you all think. We got Kara tuning in live. We got Robin tuning in live. I want you guys to look at what's going on and tell me if you guys like the background. I worked on it. Let me see if you guys like it. So we have the in-person, obviously, when you're in person in the studio, and we have the remote setup. And this is what the remote setup looks like. So let me know if you guys enjoy it. All right. So it is Monday. My weekend was pretty good. Friday, I hung out with a friend. Saturday, I worked all day. And Sunday, my friend Jade is actually in town from Vegas, and we turned up last night, even though she's over there suffering. I'm doing fine, though. I'm good. Look, I'm happy. I'm refreshed. We're going to get into some daily news, and then we're going to have a conversation about the importance of becoming a giver. So I want you guys to stick around for later in the show because we got to talk about some things. I want you guys to hear this message about the importance of becoming a giver. All right, as posted by the Neighborhood Talk, according to Daily Mail, a 39-year-old mother of 19 is currently pregnant with their 20th child. Yes, you heard that correctly. A 39-year-old woman is pregnant with her 20th child. The woman, Martha, from Medellin, Colombia, says she doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. What's crazy about this is Martha doesn't even care who she has sex with. She just wants more kids. Yes, she says, quote, I see being a mom like a business. Practically, Martha said, 17 of the children are under 18 years old, and she received government assistance for each one. While it sounds like she might have hit the jackpot, Martha says she gets the equivalent of $76 for her eldest child and around $30.50 for the youngest ones. That means that each month, the Colombian state pays her around $510 to care for her children. She says that the children's father are irresponsible and she's struggling trying to raise them all in her 3-bedroom home. She says assistance from the local church comes in handy. Martha says she will continue to have children until her body doesn't allow it. I want to know what you guys think live on the YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, and even Instagram, because personally to me, I can't tell a woman what to do with her body. Your body, your choice. But I can say this at least. It sounds a little irresponsible. You're having all these kids. You can only afford a 3-bedroom apartment or house, or whatever it is. And you have 19 kids already on the way, expecting to have a 20th. That's insane. And you're not getting paid enough. $510 a month to take care of these kids. $510 a month would even help me. And I'm one person, and I'm not a kid. I'm expensive myself. So I just think that this is a very irresponsible situation. I understand that you're probably having kids, but if you really want to have kids so bad, why don't you become a surrogate? I don't want to assume why you're doing this, but it sounds as though you're doing it for government assistance. And if you are, government assistance is not that great. It's not. On top of that, my thing is you don't care who you're having sex with. That's kind of gross. That is also very gross that you're having sex with anybody and everybody. And then you're doing it unprotected because you're having their kids. Ew. There's some strange people out here in the world. I mean, again, your body, your choice. I can't say nothing about it, but I feel like you should be a little bit more responsible with who you lay down with. And also, too, how are those kids properly being loved? How are those kids properly receiving your attention, your care, and your protection? That's too many kids for one person, especially one person who has irresponsible baby fathers. All right, there was a video going around a couple weeks ago of migrants supposedly breaking into a rental property to take shelter from the cold weather in Chicago, Illinois. Well, the person who owns the property decided to dispel those rumors and show the residents of Chicago what's really happening and to not believe the videos they are seeing circulating on social media. Let's take a look at this video posted by Chicago Media Takeout.
Eso es Venezuela. Limpia todo calle. This is Venezuela. Clean the entire block of 7900 block of Essex. Más limpia, no más pusura. We will show the neighbors who called the police on us last night. This is who the Venezuelan people are. They are cleaning with their bare hands. Many of them no jackets. They're cleaning the whole entire block. They didn't break into this house. They didn't break in. I let them in this house. Now they're going to clean everything, and you see how they are. And if you want to hate these people, go ahead. But first, you better know who they are. Even the little kids are helping. I don't own any of these buildings. These are the people that they say broke in.
I'm not mad at it. I believe that there's two sides to the story. Actually, there's three sides to the story. Your side, their side, and the actual truth. And you can tell so many different sides of the story on social media. And I like it when people combat what's circling on social media and what's being said about certain people on social media, because you got to remember, migrants aren't bad people. Immigrants aren't bad people. Just because they speak a different language does not mean they're bad people. Just because they're trying to survive does not mean they're bad people. Just because you have it better in America and they are trying to seek what you have does not make them bad people. And I hate when a negative narrative is placed on people just because they're in a space where they have to survive. And you have to remember this as well. A lot of them were bussed out here not knowing what they were getting into. Remember that. I try to tell people, please be human. Please remember that this could be at any point you, your family, your loved ones, your friends. You never know what the world, even your life, has for you as time goes on. Be kind, be generous, become a giver, and understand. And also, when you post stuff on social media, remember how it's going to affect the community at large. Don't just post things to be the first one to post it. Don't just post things to get the story out there or feel like, oh, I'm a part of the situation. Just chill. Just chill. Because this is just a horrible situation we're all in as it pertains to government, politics, and people out here trying to prove a point while putting innocent people's lives at danger. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have more of the Jaime Dee Show. So don't go anywhere. More daily news. I'll be right back. This is KSHP live out of Las Vegas and WRMN live out of the Elgin and the Chicagoland area. I'll be right back.
Sometimes on the First Shift Morning Show, we just want to relax and laugh.
I kind of wish that there was canned applause in my everyday life.
That sounds like they're bull riding.
They're cheering you on.
I think this might be the only laughter I have.
Oh, no, that's not
going to work.
Sounds like we're doing stand-up at a nursery, which we would kill that, I might add.
How about this?
Yeah. Great to be here at the PTA meeting. Thanks.
It's the First Shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on WRMN.
Discover the charms of life along the Mother Road, historic Route 66 at the Hampton Inn of Litchfield, Illinois. The Hampton is off of Route 55, just 56 miles northeast of St. Louis. Dine in at Nancy's Pizza next door, or the historic Ariston Restaurant on Old 66. Cruise into a drive-in movie. And for fishing, boating, and hiking, Lake Looyaker is the centerpiece of Litchfield's bustling outdoor culture. For reservations, call 217-324-4441.
A dream that's been cooking for years, Maria's Little Italy in Sycamore is waiting for you to come and enjoy authentic recipes handed down for generations. Stop in and enjoy bruschetta, handmade focaccia bread, pizza, pasta, sandwiches, and more. Dine in, take out, delivery, or catering is all available. Go to mariaslittleitaly.com and see what you've been missing. From their family to yours, welcome to Maria's Little Italy, where food brings families together.
Keeping your car's coolant system in good shape with a regular flush is really important. Let the experts at Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin remove your old coolant, preventing chemical buildups in your engine. Then they'll fill your entire system with new coolant to help your engine run smoothly and prevent rust and corrosion, increasing your engine's lifespan. To schedule your appointment, call 847-888-9644.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and live on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of the Elgin in the Chicagoland area. Hey, if you like this new background, let me know in the chat down below. If you're not listening in the cars right now, but you're looking at the YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, look at the screen. Tell me what you think about the new background, the new live remote setup. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. We got the on-air sign right there. We got the on-air sign right there. We got the logo right there. We got the two station logos over here. WRMN, KSHB, of that. And then my name. Hey, I love this new remote setup. This is cute. Hey, if you're not able to see the social media because you're in your car, when you get to a safe space, go to the Jaime Dee Show live on YouTube. That's TheJaimedEeshow, and let me know what you think about the live remote setup. I like this. You got the Chicago skyline in the back. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. All right, let's get back into some more daily news. According to the Jasmine brand, Robitussin cough syrup products containing honey. Oh, I love that product. Please, no. They are being recalled due to contamination that could pose a serious risk to people with underlying conditions. Y'all, I've been taking that. No. Helion, the maker of Robitussin cough syrup, is recalling products Robitussin Honey CF Max Day Adult and Robitussin Honey CF Max Nighttime Adult. The products have the potential to cause, quote, severe or life-threatening adverse events, end quote, for those with weakened immune systems. Helion did not detail the nature of the contamination, but said use of the products could result in several severe, wow, geez, my allergies are trying to take me out, could result in severe fungal infections. Helion said it has not received any reports of injury or infection linked to the products. The affected products have expiration dates ranging from October 2025 to June 2026. The FDA has listed more info about the recall on their website. Make sure y'all double check those medicine cabinets. Now, this is insane because personally, I don't think Mucinex works for me. What's the other one? Dayquil, NyQuil, definitely does not work for me. And I was told by a nurse not to even take NyQuil and Dayquil no more because it has really bad adverse effects on your body. I do not know what's going on with my allergies. The second I start talking about this dang Robitussin that I actually take when I'm sick, now I'm, you know what? I'm going to pray it off. I'm not being affected. But no, seriously, the only thing that actually works for me is Robitussin. And when I found out about Robitussin honey, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I love honey. I love the Robitussin product. It actually helps me feel better when I'm sick, if I even get sick. And to know that there's a recall on something that it's like the only thing that actually works for me is pretty insane. Oh, no. This is why I'm really big on natural remedies. This is why I just try to stay away from medicines and stuff in general, because you never know what people are putting in your stuff and what's in the stuff and how it gets contaminated and what people are doing behind the scenes. Man. Oh, sorry, y'all. That just kind of bothered me because that's the only thing I could take when things get rough. It's the only medicine I could take that actually works. Okay, so now this whole Gypsy Rose thing has died down. Let's talk about it. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I had no clue who this lady was. And to be very honest, when she started being featured on all the blogs, I was extremely confused as to why people were celebrating someone who killed their mom. At the time when she was being featured, there wasn't that much information being put out about her. They were just putting small captions and saying, you know, she's free and da-da-da. You know, everyone was just saying like, yeah, she's out. And half the comments were like, yes, my girl's free. And the other half is mad that someone who killed their mom was back on the streets. So I was like, you know what? Before I assume and before I just take it as this is just somebody who killed their mom, they're out in the streets, let me do my own research because it doesn't make sense for somebody to just kill their mom and be free. So I did my own research. And as written by Wikipedia, quote, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is an American activist and author who was convicted of second-degree murder for the death of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Following her mother's death, Blanchard gained international notoriety, and her story was eventually adapted into a Hulu limited series, The Act, in 2019, end quote. Had no clue. In 2019, I was in grad school. So yeah, I wasn't worried about nobody in grad school. I was hardly even able to be worried about myself. I was struggling. Getting my master's in broadcast journalism. That's why I don't know who she is. She isn't the one who killed her mother, though. Her boyfriend at the time is actually the one who killed her mother, but she did arrange for him to do so. And that's because her mom lied and made Gypsy believe she had several illnesses. As stated by biography, quote, Gypsy Rose, who was born in 1991, was a baby when Dee Dee claimed her daughter had sleep apnea. When Gypsy was 8 years old, Dee Dee described her as suffering from leukemia and muscular dystrophy, dystrophy, and said she required a wheelchair and feeding tube. The list of medical problems that Dee Dee related about her daughter would go on to include seizures, asthma, and hearing and visual impairments. Due to Dee Dee's actions, Gypsy was prescribed a litany of medications and had to sleep using a breathing machine. She also went through multiple surgeries, including procedures on her eyes and removal of her salivary glands. When Gypsy's teeth rotted, perhaps due to her medications, missing salivary glands or neglect, they were pulled out. Yet the truth was that Gypsy could walk, didn't need a feeding tube, and didn't have cancer. Her head was bald only because her mother shaved off her hair. Experts believe Dee Dee had a mental illness, which is what made her fabricate her daughter's ill health in order to receive attention and sympathy for taking care of a sick child, end quote. Now, like I always say, I don't condone violence, but this girl was a victim who was trying to find a way out. While that was her mother, who she was a victim of, she was in the same situation as any other girl who has been kidnapped or sex trafficked. That's how I see it. And I understand what people say when they say, well, if she could walk, why didn't she just run away and go to the authorities? But if you haven't been a hostage mentally and physically, you would never understand. You just won't. I mean, think about women who are abused. Even though they're not a hostage and they're staying with their husband or their boyfriend, they don't leave right away. You know, people shout out, believe the victim, protect the victim. But then when the victim actually protects themselves, now it's an issue. So that is why I want to play this video by Keita Rose on Instagram. I believe she explains how she feels about the situation in a very intellectual way, while also adding some comedy to it. And I couldn't agree more. Take a listen to what Rose has to say and tell me if you agree or disagree.
This gonna be a Gypsy Rose Blanchard rant because y'all are so backwards it's not even funny. Y'all can't stand when people become famous but don't acknowledge your part in making them famous. All the statuses, all the videos I come across is somebody on Gypsy. She shouldn't be out here talking to the press and doing this and that. She should be what? In a cabin, locked away. She was locked away for all of her childhood. Remember when her mom yanked out every one of her teeth? The reason why she has silvers right now? Because her mom needed her to look sick. Shaving her head, telling the world she had leukemia, making her get multiple surgeries for no reason when this little girl was very, very healthy. Gypsy is better than me. I would have got out of jail, got a BBL, and been in Drake's section like, I only like my bed and my mama, I'm sorry. It's always stand up for the victims until the victims stand up and become victorious. And then it's, oh, she shouldn't be proud. Killing your mother is nothing to be proud about. You shouldn't be out here famous. Guess what, babe? She whacked her mom. She was going to be famous regardless. She was going to come out of jail with 10 million TikTok followers regardless. We all know who Lizzie Borden is, and Lizzie doesn't have a social media at all. Well, I just don't like how she's going on press releases and podcasts and stuff making money off of this story. It's not a good story. Lifetime did it. Lifetime made millions off of Gypsy's story. Every YouTuber that's ever covered Gypsy Rose has made money off of everybody. Every media outlet that has ever talked about Gypsy Rose has made money off of her story. But yes, Gypsy should be okay with being tortured for free. God knows I would have been a terrible judge because I would have been like, you did what? But wait, you said your mom did what? 8 days. I'd have gave that lady 8 days. That bitch would have been out. I'd have gave that lady 8 days in prison and then like 8 weeks probation just so she can like rehabilitate. She'd have been out with me.
See, I agree. I'm sorry. I agree. You can't tell this girl that she can't go and be on a press tour. She can't make money off of her story when everybody else is making money off of her story. She didn't even get to tell her story before everybody else told her story. And she even admitted it's not okay to kill your mom. It's not okay to kill anybody. And she's not promoting death. She's not promoting violence. And she even said out of her own mouth, she actually misses her mom. She wished she didn't kill her. But I'm gonna be honest, even though you can say you don't condone violence, you could be realistic and say she did what she had to do to get out of that situation. I mean, you reach out to somebody. I mean, maybe she could have reached out to the guy who was on the Christian website that she met him on and said, hey, could you come pick me up? Could you come help me? But in all the reports, it says that every time Gypsy actually did try to escape, she was caught by her mom. Her mom tracked her down. Her mom forcefully, like literally abused her, broke her communication devices and more. So it's like, if you were in her situation, you felt like, well, dang, I tried to escape. And I know that if I try to escape, she's going to find me anyway. She's going to put me back in the situation anyway. She's going to beat me up and make me even feel worse after the fact. I mean, you can't blame somebody who is a victim of abuse, a victim of being hostage, a victim of being kidnapped. She was kidnapped by her own mother. I mean, I know that sounds like it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. The lady literally had a daughter, kidnapped her daughter from her actual life that she was living as a normal, healthy person, and made her to believe she was sick. To me, that's being held hostage. To me, that's being kidnapped. And to me, that deserves somebody to help become not a victim anymore. If I need to reach out to somebody so I cannot become a victim, I'm sorry, y'all can't blame me. I did what I had to do. If y'all are not in my shoes, y'all don't know what I've been through. You don't know the things that I had to deal with to even make it here. The girl could have died. All the medication she was being forcefully fed, the way that she was not able to eat because her mom wouldn't feed her, drink, communicate, even speak. I don't know. I'm just saying. I can say I don't condone violence, and it would have been great if she was able to find a different way, but unless you're in somebody's shoes and you're dealing with something extreme as that, something that feels like a movie, something that sounds like a movie, something that doesn't even sound real, it's hard for people like me who have never dealt with that, God forbid will ever deal with that, to have a true opinion about why she shouldn't have done anything. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. And Robin and Kara say they agree on YouTube. So, those are the only ones who responded. But okay, we're going to quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have a conversation about becoming a giver. So I want you guys to stick around. This is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP out of Las Vegas and live on WRMN out of the Elgin and the Chicagoland area. Don't go nowhere. We're going to have a conversation. And I want y'all to get into it, all right? I'll be right back.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Hey there, this is Marky B from the First Shift Morning Show, and on my show, I try to make local movers and shakers feel comfortable when they join me for interviews, like Sherry Blazier of the Elgin History Museum.
I think I need to note to you that I just looked at my mood ring, and it is perfectly purple, which means I'm very happy and content and sailing along. I figured if I immersed myself in the accoutrements, I would be in the mood for this.
Huh. Accoutrement? Is that what you said?
Accoutrement.
What she said. Just join me mornings from 6 until 10 a.m. right here on WRMN. Experts say regular auto maintenance is one of the most important things for your car. Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin covers all your automotive needs. From oil changes, brake services, and emission testing, Meineke's expert staff provides hard work and dedication with the utmost professionalism. Need an oil change? Visit Meineke in South Elgin for their 23-point inspection. Call 847-888-9644.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday. Wow, geez. Y'all, I'm telling you, what is with my allergies? Okay, pause. See, we're not going to do this live on the radio. We're not going to do this live on the radio. Okay, if y'all are not in Chicago, y'all won't know this. The weather has been changing like crazy. It went from freaking -7 to freaking 10 to back to -2 to 30 to 4 to 50 to 47 to 30, now to 40 something. Y'all, my allergies are insane. Ugh. But I'm live on the radio on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. Every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST. Yes, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And live on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of the Elgin and the Chicagoland area. This is going to be kind of TMI and it's kind of gross, but I feel like because I'm having to enunciate and I'm having to speak a little bit louder and I'm having to push my voice, all that mucus buildup is starting to be pushed through my throat, and it's freaking disgusting. Ugh. I don't know about y'all, but while getting older is beautiful and it's a blessing, it's also irritating AF because all this stuff that you didn't have to deal with as a kid starts happening. I never even had allergies growing up. Ugh. Messing with my segment. If y'all are just not tuning in, I went over some daily news, and now we're going to have a conversation about the importance of becoming a giver. If you want to get in on the conversation and you want to actually comment live, go to the YouTube, log in using your Gmail, and you can comment live with us. So far, we have Kara and Robin in the group chat. You guys can actually comment live, but if you don't feel like it, you don't have to. But I want you guys to get in on the conversation, and I also want you to call in at 847-931-1410. Again, that's 847-931-1410. It's so crazy because during the break, I was sending out the link for people to watch, and some people who I've never seen my show before, and I know they're watching right now. I'm like, I would have that incident the second they start supporting me. Jeez. The devil was busy. All right, let's get into the importance of becoming a giver. I know times are hard for a lot of people. Shoot, I hold myself accountable so y'all don't have to. Life be dragging me at times, y'all. It feels like I've honestly had way more bad times in my life than good, and that's me being real. I know my manager is going to yell at me for saying that, so sorry, KSHP Mark. There's a reason I said this. Please don't call me and beat me up. I do apologize, KSHP Mark. That is my general station manager. He don't let me talk like that. He don't. He'd be like, you're not going to talk like that. You're not going to bleed that. But there's a point to all this, Mark, okay? I know you're listening. Anyway, I'm not really a negative person, and I often go out of my way to be positive. But if I'm telling the truth, God has had me on the strongest warrior list since birth, and I am over it. There's a lot of things that I've been through that, to me, make no sense. Like, I understand it's all part of character development, but how much development does my character need? Seriously. Like, God, can you stop molding me? I feel like I'm molded enough. And I'm also super tired. I can't take no more, God. I love you dearly, but please call on someone else. That's really how I feel sometimes because, Lord, enough is enough. Y'all can call me a baby all y'all want or a complainer, but God knows my heart. And again, I was told I can be honest with my God. My relationship does not be perfect, and it doesn't have to be like y'all's. It's my relationship. I can figure out how I want to talk and hang out and build my relationship with God. And I'm a real person. He knows that. And I need God to know that I've had enough. I'm ready for a soft, easy, and less stressful life. God, I deserve it. Actually want to no longer be on God's strongest warrior list because while being strong is great and all, I'm so tired. Like legit, this is how I feel. Take a look at this video.
God gives the hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. When did I sign up for the war? When did I enlist?
Like, that's me. That's me. When? When did I sign up, Lord? When? Seriously, I'm so ready for the soft life, God. I don't care if you think that's me being girly or that's a girl thing, a soft life. I'm just tired of being the man, y'all. I'm tired. This life is hard. You try being the man, okay? And you tell me how it feels. It's literally exhausting. Not saying that women don't have to go through it. They don't have it rough. Trust and believe me, but they definitely do. And I'm gonna be real honest. I'm sorry, men, y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but I think women go through it way worse than we do. And that's why I completely respect and support women because they have to deal with so much. And I would never, ever, ever, ever in my life want to be a woman. Y'all got it. The stuff y'all go through, y'all got it. Like I always say, it's hard for us all. I mean, let's talk about it. These bills. I swear they don't ever stop. Like, they legit have no end. And that's insane to me. I just want everyone and everything to leave me alone. How do you expect me to live the life I want to live if every first of the month it feels like this? Just pure chaos, pure chaos, pure chaos. I'm out here trying to enjoy my life, and the bills, the drama, and all the other stuff just come at you. And if you live in Chicago, Gina, you live in Chicago, I think you're here right now, you can attest to this. It is expensive. You like, people are like, oh, LA is expensive. It is. Trust me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate living in LA. But I have not lived in Chicago as an adult at all, even though I'm from here. So all this is foreign to me. Like, this is a whole new city. And I never knew how expensive Chicago is. Gas, all the cities that surround Chicago are super spread apart. So you have to drive everywhere. And it's about a 30 to an hour drive, depending on traffic or no traffic. So you're always putting gas in your car. Then we got toll roads going each and everywhere, which is crazy because now you got to pay for toll roads. And then I found out that if you don't pay your tolls in the appropriate amount of time, they tack on this huge freaking fee. Like, when I was living in the DMV, we had tolls, but you had like a few months to pay your bill. Like, you got a $4 toll, you got a few months, maybe you didn't get your bill, maybe you're trying to figure it out, you can pay your bill. But here, they're like, you get 24 hours, pay that toll right now, or we're gonna start tacking on fees. Then you gotta pay the park. Then my thing is this: I come from cities where, like, after 10 o'clock, parking is free, or after midnight, parking is free. And there are some places here in Chicago, but not many. And not in the places that you want to be, which is like, oh my God, it costs to park everywhere. Then it's cold AF, so you got to stock up. Then your light bill high. It's just a lot, y'all. It's like Gina said, it's expensive. It's expensive. It felt like pure chaos. And I get it. Sometimes we put ourselves in financial hardships when we start buying things. But why is it so hard to just enjoy the simple things in life? Having a phone, Wi-Fi, computer, car, food in an apartment or house, to me, are the simple things in life. Now, if you try to start being fancy and you try to get a Maserati and you try to get a mansion and you try to get a 6-bedroom house, 3-bathroom, that's your fault. You trying to be fancy. But it shouldn't cost an arm and a leg to get the things that are simple in life and to be able to maintain them. Now, I say this because life should be easier than it is, but we have to be honest, it's unfortunately not. You have to deal with so much BS that is made up. Let's call a spade a spade. A lot of our struggles are made up things that we put on each other as humans. There's no way people should be homeless for real, especially if they're not putting themselves in positions to be homeless because they're not a good citizen, they're not on drugs, and they're not doing what they should be doing. But we have people who are homeless who went out to go fight wars that shouldn't even been happening, and now they're homeless. We have people who have whole bachelor's and master's degrees that just found themselves on the wrong side of life. Like, there are so many things that we put on ourselves as humans, and it just doesn't have to be that way. But we deal with it just because. Money really is the root of all evil. But let's be honest, it's also the root of a lot of happiness. I'm going to just say it. Money may be the root of all evil, but it is also the root of a lot of happiness. I'd rather have more money and more problems than no money and all the problems. Let me say it again. I'd rather have more money and more problems than no money and all the problems. Being broke and in need is not cute. Having to penny pitch is not cute. Not being able to afford is not cute, but it's also ghetto. I don't know about y'all, but even though I said give grace and give yourself grace and love and appreciate yourself more, it's also okay to understand when it's time to level up and push yourself. And it's okay to be like, you know what? I'm gonna be realistic with myself. These things happen to me. It sucks. It hurts. Let me seek some resources and some help to get better. And then I'm going to be great. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to try to turn around and speak positive to myself. Because in that process, you don't want to forget about all the good times. You don't want to forget about how truly blessed you are. Even if you're like me and you think your life feels more rough than anything, step back and think about how far you've been able to come. See, I told you, Mark, there was a purpose in me doing all this. Think about all the people and things who have helped you along the way. When you sit back, even write things down and truly think about it, you do have a lot of amazing things that have happened to you. You really did have a lot of smiling and happy moments. You were blessed to achieve so many amazing things, and you deserved all of that. And I want to leave you guys on that while we go to break and come back. okay? Because I want you to dissect that. You actually do deserve all of the amazing things you got out of life. So stick around. We're going to get more into this topic. This is the Jaime Dee Show. I want you to dissect that because we're going to get more into it, all right? We're live on KSHP out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and WRMN out of the Elgin and the Chicagoland area. I'll be right back.
Listen this Sunday afternoon to Handle on the Law.
Let me tell you what I would do, okay? This is not a legal issue. This is a handle issue. He says, have a blessed day. You reply with, may you rot in hell, and just stay there. And he goes, have a blessed day. And you go, you rot in hell. And you see who gives up first.
Okay.
Play chicken with the guy. That's what I would do.
It's Handle on the Law this Sunday afternoon from 4 to 7 right here on WRMN.
Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, 154 Gary Avenue in Bloomingdale is open. Golden Corral's legendary Endless Buffet has a variety of delicious favorites and new menu offerings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Guests can choose from over 150 items, including grilled-to-order sirloin, pork, seafood, as well as old favorites like fried chicken, meatloaf, and mac and cheese. Golden Corral is the only one for everyone. Visit goldencorral.com.
Taqueria Las Cumbres, Crystal Lake's authentic Mexican restaurant on Grant Street, is open for carryout. For over 15 years, Taqueria Las Cumbres has been serving up all of your favorite Mexican dishes and doing it better than the rest. Recently voted the best in McHenry County. Stop in and carry out the authentic taste of Mexico and see for yourself. Support local for lunch and dinner today and place an order from Taqueria Las Cumbres. Call 815-455-8200 for Taqueria Las Cumbres of downtown Crystal Lake.
Is your company active on social media? Powerful and optimized social media profiles give you the biggest bang for the buck. Establishing a program that concentrates on building and maintaining an audience that is best suited for your business will turn your audience into customers. Reach out to Corcom.com for help with your social media. They offer free consultations and can be reached at KORCOMM.com or 224-227-3371.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and live on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 AM FM out of the Elgin and the Chicagoland area every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST. Yes. Welcome in. We're back. If you're just not tuning in, we went over some daily news, and now we're having a conversation about the importance of becoming a giver. And I wanted you guys to leave off understanding that in the last segment, you deserve all the amazing things that have happened in your life. And I need you guys to take a step back and realize that. And I know it's hard to see those things because, unfortunately, negative things and bad life events bring more weight, and it's harder to work that off. Let's call a spade a spade. It's hard to work off those negative feelings because they feel more impactful. And unfortunately, they are more impactful because they stay around longer than those happier events, which is kind of sad because you would hope that happier events stay around longer, but it's the reality. And that is why it's extremely important to take some time and slow down and remember the good. You have received so much from the universe. And I want you all to also remember those who have helped you along the way. Like I often say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I've had so many amazing people who have not only helped me get through life, but they've also supported me when times got rough. And that was the most beautiful thing that I've ever experienced from others. True, genuine love and care. I know it's hard to meet people and gain real, genuine friends, but when you finally do that and you meet real people who actually care for you, you need to cherish them. You need to protect those relationships. You need to build those relationships. Because if it wasn't for my close friends and family and the people I met along the way who served some type of purpose in my life, I wouldn't have most of the things I have now. I wouldn't be on a radio show of my own, live in Chicago, Elgin, and Las Vegas. I wouldn't be a proud member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I wouldn't have multiple degrees and certificates. I wouldn't have a roof over my head and food on my table when I needed it the most. I wouldn't have paid work that got me out of a rut when I didn't know where else to get money from. I wouldn't have a sense of self. And to be quite honest, if it wasn't for these people, I wouldn't be alive. And that's true. And I didn't realize that until I sat down and I reflected on these things, because those people that are placed into your life, even if for a season and a reason and not a long time or a lifetime, they have even helped you. And that is why it's extremely important to appreciate your journey and never take for granted all the things you were given. I want to see what you guys are saying on social media. You guys are agreeing. Okay, I'm glad, because I want you guys to know that life is not done alone. You have been afforded so much in life, and sometimes it can be hard to see it. I said that before, and I want you to understand that I get that. But listen to me when I say stop living in your negativity. Again, stop living in your negativity. Stop living in your fear. Stop living in those hard times that feel like they'll never end, because it's not true. I started this off with telling you all how I felt / sometimes still feel the way I feel, because I want you all to know that you're not alone. It does feel like life is hard. It does feel like you have more negative things that happen to you in your life. But this message is a message we all need as a collective to hear. You, me, all of us. As a collective, we need to hear this message. Those bad things that happen to you are all temporary, and there are better things to dwell on. Again, those things that have happened to you are temporary. I know a lot of things that you probably have been through, you probably don't even think about anymore. You're like, dang, I did go through that. There's some things that I remember feeling like such a hard situation to deal with that I forgot I even went through. There's some things I went through during grad school that I was like, I dealt with that? Oh my gosh. But yeah, like I said, those things are temporary, and I don't want you to dwell on those things. You truly are blessed to wake up and see another day. You truly are blessed to have the things in your life and the resources around you. So in the spirit of knowing those things, cherishing those things, and protecting those things, don't forget in the midst of all that you still have to give back to others. We all need to remember to be givers and not take. Sometimes life can get so hard, and it can make us forget that we owe people, that we don't show up for others, that the cruel world has made us so selfish, and that we actually have gained a lot of resources that we could give to others, but we're too hurt to remember to give. Giving makes the world go round, y'all. And if it wasn't for those people who have gave to us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, we wouldn't be where we are today. Let me know if you guys agree in the chat on the YouTube. We're calling it 847-931-1410. Again, that's 847-931-1410. Let me know if you agree with this message, because if it wasn't for you being strong and getting out of the rut, but also having that helping hand, we wouldn't be where we are today. Kara says she agrees. And that is why I want us to watch and listen to this video by Freedom Kingdom that they posted on YouTube about the power of giving and why it's worth it to be kind. Again, if you agree with this message, let me know by calling at 847-931-1410 or continue commenting on all the social media platforms we're streaming on, okay? Take a look.
In the Western culture, materialism plays a significant role. We're used to collecting new items and keep wanting more and more. This culture teaches us to chase success, and success means money and wealth. The Western world is built in a way that people who have more money live the good life, and those who have less struggle to survive or just want more than they have. In this kind of society, most of us forget a very important thing, a life treasure: the power of giving. Giving adds meaning to our life and fills it with love. By giving to others, we make a positive impact on our society and make the world a better place to live. Giving is a win-win situation. You help someone else, and at the same time, you make yourself feel better. Why do we find it so hard to give sometimes? When you give, it means that you care about someone or something, and when you care, people might take advantage of it and exploit you. Maybe you're afraid that if you give, you'll have less, or maybe you're suspicious of how people will use the money you give them, or maybe some people might not be interested in your help and get angry. Not giving is not the solution. It's like not loving so you won't get hurt, not enjoying the moment because you know it will be over, or not crossing the road because you might get hit by a car. The solution is giving wisely. Try to learn how your giving helps and what it causes. Even if you're wrong sometimes, at least you tried and did what you could. A common mistake is thinking that you need to have more in order to give. Regarding to money, you can give even if you don't have much. You can give some change to homeless, donate to charity, or support your favorite personalities by buying their products. Regarding to other aspects, you don't have to be smarter or more skilled than others. It is possible to give at your current situation. For example, there are more positive or caring people than you, but you can always brighten up someone's day by saying a good word or helping them out. When you give, you open a channel to the abundance of the universe. If you feel blocked in a certain life area, give. Need more love? Give love. Need more money? Give money, or be helpful without asking for payment. How does it make sense? When you give, it makes the impression that you have what to give. You're not in a state of shortage. You start to get used to this feeling, and it will come back to you. If you give love and spread positivity, you get used to this, and people will start to react this way around you. If you offer free services to people, some will want to thank you by paying, or maybe you'll come up with new creative ways to earn money. True giving comes from the heart. If you give in order to get, it's not giving, it's a deal. Never give out of superiority, and try not to embarrass the other person by letting them feel inferior or that they are a burden to you. It may be hard at the beginning and may feel forced, but after you practice, you start giving with love without expecting anything in return. So what to do now? You can start to practice giving by doing small things like pick up trash from public places, be kind to someone, smile, volunteer at the local animal shelter, and many other options. Of course, you can take it a few steps further and do something big, but every little good deed has an impact. Don't use giving as a tactic of getting things in return or feel like someone owes you something. Give happily and make it a way of life. Thank you for watching.
I agree. A whole 100%. Not a half 100%, but a whole 100%. We have to give. We have to care. And we have to remember that we were afforded so much. Let's not be stingy with the resources we have. And I really am happy when I see you guys commenting on the social media platforms, telling me you guys enjoyed the video. Kara says she loves the video. Robin says she loves the video. This is what it's all about. And it makes me happy that you guys actually enjoy the content I bring on the show. Because even though I believe that I'm very knowledgeable and I have a lot of things to share, there are other resources out there that I believe can also explain in much greater detail the situations or the topics that we're talking about. And in spaces like this, when we're thinking about, we just got out of a 3-year pandemic, people are broke, people are not getting jobs like they want to, people have these degrees and they're in this debt when we are pretty much not forced but told we have to go to school. Like there's so many things that we do to be model citizens and to live a healthy and positive lifestyle and to be about the American dream. But oftentimes the American dream comes with so much baggage. It does. And it makes us feel like we're up against the wall. We don't have it and it's hard. But I need you guys to remember that you do have it. And just like the video said, you don't have to give your money if you don't have it. If you're able to go volunteer, go volunteer. If you're able to support somebody's content on social media, repost their stuff on your story, repost it on your show. Like, for example, actually shout out to Robin B out of Dallas, Texas, because she actually reached out to me on Instagram and said, you know what? I really believe in your show. I believe in what you're doing. And I think that you're doing such a great job as a radio personality. I want to help your show expand. And so she asked me if she can pass out flyers in the Dallas, Texas community. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that is amazing. You definitely don't have to do that. Like I'm so appreciative and I'm so grateful for people like that. But even simple things like that is a way to give. And you never know how that could affect somebody's life so much. To me, that was like the nicest thing that I've heard in a while. The fact that somebody wants to go out of their way and help me not only stay on the radio, but grow on the radio. Like that's insane. And that's just somebody who's just gonna tell people about my show in their free time. Like there's so many ways to give. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be your actual resources that are physically in your house, but you can go out there and help. You can. One of the best ways to also help is to remember we have elections coming up. Tell people to go vote. Help them get to voting polls. Help them do research on the candidates. Because a lot of times people are either not voting or they're aimlessly voting. I'm gonna be very, very honest. I do as much research as I can, but sometimes when you go to those voting polls, you got all these bills, you got all these laws, you got all these things that you're reading that you never heard of before, and you got all these people's names that you never heard of running for all these different positions. You're like, I don't know who to vote for. To be real honest, I don't want to sit here at this poll and do all this research. So, like I said, there's so many different sectors you can give in. There's so many different ways you can give in. And remember, we got important things coming up, like the elections. So help people out, give to them, and be of a resource, because if it wasn't for the people around you, you wouldn't have gotten those things. And like I was saying about the whole voting thing, I was in a situation where I was like, I don't even know who the heck I'm voting for. I took a step back and I asked for help. And somebody gave me that information. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known what I was doing in that specific time when I was voting. You know what I'm saying? So just help, be kind, love on each other. And if you can give in any way you can and be okay with that. It can be the smallest of things, but you don't realize how huge of an impact that has on other people. All right, guys, this is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m. PST out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM every Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. CST out of Elgin in the Chicagoland area. Hey, if you want to promote your business, products, services, music, and more, hit us up at info@jaimedee.com. That's info@JAIMEDEE.com. Also, if you want to learn more about me, Jaime Dee, go to www.jaimedee.com. That's www.jaimedee.com. Get to know me. See what I've done out here in this world. And if you want to book me for any live events, hosting your events, weddings, concerts, parties, whatever, hit me up. All right, guys, I love y'all. Don't forget to become a giver and give back to your people, your local community, and those in need. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.
For a little lighthearted lawlessness.